Hello students. So we are up with our next installment of Current Affairs magazine of December, in which I am going to discuss one particular topic with you, which is related to demographic dividend. So this is the topic I am talking about, demographic dividend, India's demographic dividend as a time bomb. What is this topic all about? Demographic dividend is something that you all are aware of. If not, then let me tell you that demographic dividend is like the working population. The working population aged between 15 to say 64. Simply speaking, so यहाँ पे suppose you want zero, right to zero and then whatever be it like 80, 90, whatever. So this is the population which contributes to productive activities production. This is dependent on it. This is dependent on it. So this population is roughly known as demographic dividend, or dividend that is created because of the working population is known as demographic dividend. It is the population of young people who are capable of working. So as you know, India became most populous country last year April, and a significant proportion of this population, around 68%, belong to demographic dividend, means they are the youth who can work. But do we have jobs for them, work from them? If not, then what will happen? That is what this topic is all about. If we do not have the proper education and skilling, and if we do not have jobs for them, then it is going to be like a bomb for us. People who want to work and do not have work, it will lead to sheer chaos in the society. In that sense, it is considered as bomb. So on this topic, there is a beautiful article written in this magazine. So it is relevant for obviously GS1 Indian society topic, where you have population and associated issues. Then in the economy paper also, in Indian economy and issues relating to planning, mobilization of resources, growth, development, employment, there also you can relate this topic too. So how this particular article unfolds, let's see. What is the context? Experts are warning that the demographic dividend that India has, which is considered as driver of nation's future, could morph into a demographic time bomb if the gap between education and employability is not bridged. So then you have certain information about it. India's demographic dividend. India's population reached 1.486 billion in April, to surpass China as the most populous country. 68% of the working age population is between 15 to 64 demographic dividend. It is, that information is covered here properly. Then a proper definition of demographic dividend is given, refers to economic growth potential presented by shifting age demographics, particularly when those of working age outnumber, means when population of a country is shifting towards a situation when young people, working population is more. In this sense, the word shift is used. When a population is shifting towards a kind of population where working age people are more, between 15 to 64, they are more, outnumber those in non-working, children and the retired people. This is considered as a boon, as a large number of productive workers, means when there are more people to work, definitely that will lead to acceleration of economy. That's a good thing about Indian population, that you have demographic dividend. As per International Monetary Fund report, stated India's demographic dividend can add 2% to the annual rate of economic growth if harnessed properly. If it is used properly, then it will lead to 2% of the annual rate of economic growth. However, this demographic asset that we have may turn into a demographic burden or bomb if the mismatch between education, skill and employability, that is what I was talking about on the board, persist. When there is a mismatch between this and their employability, leaving millions of youth underskilled or unemployed. So, what is the requirement? The requirement is to harness India's demographic dividend. How can we do that? By preventing socio-economic instability. A large young population is left underskilled or unemployed, can feel frustrated. This was recently seen in recent Gen Z led protests, especially in Nepal, Indonesia and Madagascar. That may happen here as well. That is example of demographic bomb. Driving long-term economic growth, harnessing the demographic dividend through quality education, skilling and productive employment can add significantly to India's GDP. Enhance innovation capacity and expand the nation's consumer and saving base. Then what is the other requirement? There is need of reducing dependency burden. Dependency burden means those who are not working. That should not be too much. Today's youth will be tomorrow's tax-paying workforce. Thus, investing in their capabilities now ensures financial stability for an aging population. Aging population will be dependent on the demographic dividend. So, then they are required to be skilled and dependency burden should be reduced. Then this is also important that global competitiveness should also be increased. A well-skilled young worker can make India a preferred destination for global manufacturing, service and technology investment. If there is a company in USA or Germany or France or UK, they want to come over here, and when they are aware workers here or youth here is skilled, then definitely they will prefer India over other countries. Then there is a table in which demographic time bomb has been explained. In the Indian context, this refers to risk that the nation's large youth population, also called its demographic dividend, could lead to widespread unemployment, social unrest and instability if they are not properly supported with sufficient education and skilling, employment opportunities and capacity building. If these things are not happening, then it will lead to social unrest, instability, etc. In this sense, it will turn into a bomb. So, demographic dividend will turn into demographic bomb. So, it is a beautiful article in this sense. It has covered all the important aspects related to demographic dividend. So, well said. We need to harness. What's the problem? What is the problem in harnessing? The problem are these. Challenges to harness demographic dividend. Disruptive technology. With the AI revolution, nearly 7 out of 10 Indian jobs are risk for automation. This jobocalypse, apocalypse se milta hua. Apocalypse is a term in Bible which talks about end of the world. So, this will like end of jobs. This jobocalypse can aggravate the widespread unemployment problem. It will only increase the problem which is related to unemployment. Then other challenge could be widespread unemployment. Graduates from both social science and STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics fields are increasing unemployable. Up to 50% of the engineering graduates from Indian universities have not been placed in the jobs. उनके लिए कोई नौकरी ही नहीं होती. So, this is also a challenge. These challenges are required to be corrected, for which government has been taking initiative. For example, National Education Policy, Skill India Mission, Deen Dayal Upadhyay, Gramin Kaushal Yojana, Skill Acquisition and Knowledge Awareness and Livelihood Program, Sankalp. All these programs and initiative of the government is reflecting how they are tackling the challenges to manage or to harness demographic dividend. Then there is awareness gap, that is also a challenge. There is a report by Mindler Career Awareness Survey which reveals that 93% of the Indian students in classes 8 to 12 are aware of only 7 career options, such as doctor, engineer, etc. When the modern economy, if you talk about European study or Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia kind of economies, there are over 20,000 career paths. So this is a kind of awareness gap. In general, youth in India talks about few jobs. UPSC is one of them. Educational focus, despite the rapid shift in the job market, India's school and higher education curriculum update lags behind. This poses a long-term issue for employability. Means when you look at the curriculum that is there in the developed nations, when you compare with the India's curriculum in these institutions, they lag behind. Then there is outdated assessment system, despite the widespread access like a smartphone and computer, most schools still follow traditional examination centric curricula. The main focus is on examination and securing good marks, thereby limiting the development of practical experience. These are challenges. So what is the solution? What is the way forward? Ultimately, you have to provide some solution suggestion. That's the way forward. We should have a national policy. An integrated national employment policy should be formulated in coordination with the state, key ministries and industry. Then there should be educational reforms under the NEP 2020, an emphasis towards increasing artificial intelligence, data literacy, digital skill and problem solving can be made. That's a suggestion. Then expanding employment, India must create a large number of jobs through strengthening manufacturing ecosystem and scaling employment in emerging green sectors such as renewable energy. We can also talk about agro industries, etc. To increase jobs. Then there should be gender inclusion. Women should not be left behind. Then there should be worker protection as well. Strengthening India's social protection architect is crucial, especially for informal and gig workers. There is hardly any protection they have. Those who are working in Zomato, Swiggy, Blinkit kind of thing, gig workers, they hardly have any social security. All these things when corrected, definitely the demographic dividend will not turn into the demographic bomb. You see, this is a beautiful article and it will definitely help you in your preparation of civil services as far as current affairs is concerned. So keep reading the magazine every month. Thank you very much.